You are welcome back. This is the second part of our video thus far by grace. I am looking into the life of Bernard Ekow Aggrey. In the first episode, we looked at his education, the challenges that he faced as a little or young boy. Right now, he's in junior secondary school, Form 2. The parents are finding it difficult to pay his school fees. And daddy's friend had suggested that he should stop the schooling and then go and learn trade. And then what happened?
So I told my dad that I have this dream that no matter what, nothing can be an obstacle.
Okay.
I want to become a lawyer.
All right.
And I want to go to school. So my dad got annoyed with me that I'm not trying to be considerate, looking at the challenges we are going through, and I'm not paying heed to his advice also. But the man that advised my dad at that time had two of his sons in KNUST.
Oh.
And then the daughter is also in a well-paid school in Cape Coast.
And he told your dad that these days education is what?
These days, it doesn't matter the school that you go. People go to school, they come back and they don't get a job to do. So I told my mom that, this man that is advising my dad on school and going to learn trade, he has sent two of his children to KNUST and they are schooling. So for this issue there, so I had to stay in the house for 1 year. And when I was in the house, one man took me, he was a tipper truck driver. So he told me, okay, now that you are in the house, I want you to be assisting me so that you can gather some money.
Like a driver's mate?
Yes, driver's mate. So anytime he's going to work, I join him. He's now late. May he so rest in peace. Anytime he's going to work, I join him. We go together, we come. Then when we come home, he would dash me something small. So
something like what, money?
Money, yes, money. So I stayed home for a year. Then one day I told my mom that no, I will still go to school. So we get up in the morning, I dress up, then we'll be roaming. And
roaming doing what? Looking for
a school,
public
admission from a public school.
Okay.
This time I said I want to go to a public school because I don't want any issue. So we go to one public school and they will be so amazed that moving from that nice international school to our school, are you sure you've not going to do anything wrong with the school or in the school that you are hiding from and all that? So any school that we go, they reject us. Any school that we go, they reject us. Until we went to a school in Cape Coast, and fortunately the man there.
What's the name of the school?
Aggrey.
Okay.
Yes, and then the man there was staying with us in Kamfua. So immediately he saw me, said, "Hey, Ekow, I have said." Then I said, "Oh,
like what's your mission here?"
What's your mission here? Then I said, "It's about school issues." So I told him my story, and he said, "Okay, let me test you and see if you'll be good. Then we'll let you continue from."
Test in which subjects?
English, maths, and all that. I think I did about 4 tests. And so they tested me and I passed all. Then they took me to the class.
Which class?
The Form 2. Okay. That were in the second term.
Okay.
So they took me to the Form 2 class. And
okay.
When I got there, even the students were so amazed because that school
it's everybody's it's an enviable school that people want to go
it's
there.
very enviable a school that every child in Cape Coast wishes to be there.
But why didn't your mommy explain to the schools where they rejected you that because of the school fees that she was not able to pay?
We explained, but still they said unless I wait for the 3rd term, so that I join my colleagues.
This is the first time.
But here's the case: I've stayed in the house for
A year already.
So there's nothing we can do. So this man took me in Form 2 second term in Aggrey, Abum Basic School. So it was there that I completed my basic school. So I started from Form 2 second term to Form 3. I completed, and fortunately, I was the overall best after the BEC.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I was the overall best. So comparatively, people were so amazed. Like when we talk of Aggrey School, I'm not being, but it's one of the schools that people don't want to attend. The school was branded some way.
Okay.
So moving from
That high class.
an enviable school
I understand.
that has a name, that has a lot of
Students.
words of
Yeah.
rich men in Cape Coast, some traveling all the way from Accra,
All right.
and leaving that school to come to
Yeah.
the other one. People were like, so what actually happened?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I couldn't explain
Yeah.
that it was because of school fees.
All right. That's fine. So, which secondary school did you attend?
Academy of Christ the King in Cape Coast.
Christ the King. Academy of Christ the King. Okay. All right. It was a government school.
Yes, it's a government school, but it's for the Anglican. So
It's like at the Saddle College.
Yes.
Okay, all
So the church has a percentage
Okay.
in the management.
In the management. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so which course did you offer?
I did general arts.
General arts. Okay. Share with us your life story during the secondary school.
Okay, so imagine someone who has struggled through education and life as a young boy. When I went to the school, because of my situation, I became so anti-so.
And so mainly that you recoiled to yourself.
Yes, like extremely introvert type. Yes, because you know where you are coming from. And before I even went to school, my parents sat me down and told me, let me say it in fancy, Enyimbe Mefi.
You know where you come from. When you go, be sober, and you live your life as a poor man's
child. Don't go and mess up with the rich.
But there's nothing wrong for you to associate
exactly.
with them.
And so, you see, psychologically, that was what. That was the goodbye they gave to me.
Okay.
That you are from a poor background. So when you go and behave and do your things like a poor man's son.
Okay.
So when I was in school, I was also behaving like a poor man's son because I knew the warning I've been given. So I became so introvert in school. And in school, mostly when my colleagues, you see, the school, SS and yo, I remember I had this black sandals, and I think from Form 2, I used that same black sandals till I completed. So when your colleagues are yo going and the ladies going after them, and you just be leaning on one corner on a wall.
But you're a handsome boy. When some of them was approaching you to be trying to be friends with you.
You see, the mindset I was having is I'm a poor man's son.
Okay.
So I was behaving and doing everything as a poor man's son. Okay. Because I knew I don't have any backup when I fall into trouble.
Okay.
So I was very careful. So it got to a point, some of the teachers, because my parents never attended PTA meetings.
But why? Why didn't you attend?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't attach importance to it, but it's very important.
I think so. I think they didn't attach
and I would say that
importance.
if you're a parent here, make sure that you visit children you visit children when they are in a boarding house and attend PTA meetings. I mean, go and have your opinion heard. I mean, go so that your opinion can be heard during meetings, so that you can also contribute to whatever that is going on. So it's very, very important, whether you're in the basic school or secondary school, please visit your children. Okay.
So I was an extremely introvert person, but because of the program that I did, and thanks to one teacher that discovered me, Mr. Kodwenyaku, he's now
school?
Yes, he's now the Central Regional Correspondent to Joy FM.
Okay.
Yes, he was teaching us literature.
English
literature. So the man saw that there's something in me, but psychologically, the mindset that I had from home before coming has really overshadowed the potential in me. So the man said, no, I think you can come out, you can be bold, you can be active, you can be this. So the book that you are reading, at that time we were reading The Women of Owu, book. It's a drama book. So the man said, no, I think there's something in you. So I'm planning of putting the book into action. That is performing the book in a drama form. And he invited one actor from UCC, that is Mr. Phil Richardson. So when Mr. Phil Richardson came, he selected me as part of the cast, those actors. Right. So I joined the actors. And that is when I realized, hey, then I have courage. And
you could not stand before people.
Yes, I cannot stand. I act when I'm leaving the stage. People will meet me and be hugging me. I came to school, and all of a sudden, I'm getting new friends. People are coming around, taking my number. Hey, and so it was there that I started changing how I see myself, and then I said, no, then I can do this. I can do this. So thank God we completed SHS and we came home. And that is also another story and another struggle from there.
All right. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. Right now we have traced his story from the primary school to the secondary school, the fact that he was an introvert, and the fact that the teacher introduced him to the school drama, and how he was involved, and how he discovered that there's something in him and he's able to stand before people to express himself. By God's grace, he's done with SHS. Which year was that?
Is it 2010? Yes.
It's 2010.
Yes.
And then right now, he has come home. Between the time you finished secondary school and the time you continued your education at the tertiary was how many years?
After SHS, you know my situation.
Yeah, before then, we just want to know.
So
how many years was that?
I stayed home for 4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Right now, we are going to delve deeper to find out what went into the 4 years. Were you working? Did you travel? Were you doing remedials? What were you doing? Share with us what happened.
So after SHS, then I realized my dad brought up that trade issue, that it's either I go into auto mechanics or draftmanship. So
was it a suggestion, or he had consulted you and then you had expressed that is what you wanted?
It was a suggestion.
Okay.
Because he knew that he can't put me into the university because of financial issues. So I stayed home and then I went into teaching. I had one basic school that I was teaching, and at that time they were paying me 35 cedis. Later got the money to 50 cedis.
All right.
So that was where I was teaching. Then one day
in a private school.
In a private school. Then one day my mom called me and told me, Ekow, I've heard that a certain NGO is coming into this community, and they are into child development and child welfare advocacy and all that. So my mom took her application there and then joined them as a volunteer teacher. So one day I was in the home, and then they were supposed to go for a certain training. Then I had a call from my mom that she has to attend a certain funeral, so she won't be able to go for the training. But project director says she should bring a replacement. And my mom recommended me to the project director. So I went to meet the project director, and then they added me to the training. So I went for the training.
What was the training about?
It was about effective curriculum delivery, lesson delivery. Yes, so I went there, and I participated so well. When we came back, then the project director took my number and told me that from time to time, if a teacher is traveling, he will call me, then I come and fill the space of that teacher. Okay. So the following week, I had a call that I should come and teach. We teach on weekends. So I went to teach, and then the teacher called that she's traveling to Accra and she will spend about 2 months. So I should fill her space. So I became the class teacher permanently. Then gradually. So from there, the project director left and another project director came. But when he came, I partnered with him and he became so successful.
All right.
So I was handling the drama knowledge and the music and all the knowledge I had from school, drama and choreography, troupe. Yep. I brought everything to the project. And then I started teaching the kids drama. We started organizing community awareness in a form of drama on child protection. So I'll be writing scripts, I direct the kids, and then we perform before the project director will come and speak on child protection. And the man began to love me so much. And he told me, no, Ben, I want to push you. I want to push you up. So for the 4 years I was in the house and my colleagues were in school. And some of them would sing and say, Ben, you are good though. Some of us cry, you are better than us. But we are in school and we are almost done. Okay. It's been almost 4 years and you are still in the house. And I told them it will be well. So this man, Mr. John Donko, he's still the project director for Nkamfua Methodist Child Development Center. So he bought my admission forms to the university. Yes, to the university. But when I was in the house, I joined the CNC, that is Cape Coast Center for National Culture. Okay. So I became their actor. Okay. So we perform scripts, we travel from regions to regions. Okay. I think we've been to Volta region, Asante region, and a lot of regions. Right. So
I'm interested in something. During the drama career days, although you were waiting to attend school, did you come across with any of our popular actors in Ghana? Did you collaborate with them on? Well, what are some of the popular actors that you collaborated with?
Along the line, I had a chance to meet Pusha. I've forgotten the name.
Ajete
Annan.
Is this
Ajete Annan. Yes, Ajete Annan. Then I had a chance to meet Ekow Asante. Okay. Ekow Asante. I think we did some auditions with him. And then I had a chance to meet Matankuma, and quite a number of people who are stars. Yes, so so I even because I had a passion for the drama, the theater, I even wanted to go and do a study theater in UCC. But the man that promised me that he will assist me took my forms, and I didn't hear from him again.
He took your forms like
admission.
Yeah, I remember those times. Yes. That application form.
Application forms.
Yeah, that one. It was a hard copy. So
yes, hard copy.
Maybe you have to present it or somebody
we do it in a hard copy, and then you send it there. And I didn't hear anything about it again.
All right. Yeah, you are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. We will soon, get to where we want to get to. So stick around. Yeah, you are welcome back. All right. So after that one, the man collected your application to the university. You know, for those of you who are quite young, you may not know that initially when you were applying to university, everything was hard copy. You fill a form and either post it or personally submit it. Sometimes some few people who were working at the university could decide, okay, I can submit it for you. And he's saying that there was somebody, a big man somewhere at the university where he gave his application letter, everything completed, right?
Yes.
You collected, but you never heard anything again. That time you had, done remedial, and then you had a qualification to enter.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so from there, what happened again?
So I had the man that I mentioned earlier, Mr. John Donko, who bought the forms for me, and then told me, I'll give you some amount of money. So the man gave me some amount of money, and then my dad too went to look for, also brought in an amount that we added to it. Then I had my admission fee. So when my colleagues were graduating, I was now matriculating, entering into my first year.
Okay,
yeah. So at a point, it was like, yes,
you were late.
I'm very late.
Your mates were graduating,
yes,
and you are now.
I'm now
entering the university.
I'm now entering the university.
Okay.
But that didn't discourage me. That didn't discourage me because I knew what is ahead. So I entered. I had admission to do psychology and foundations of education. I was there one day, and the man told me that there's this NGO, the same NGO that supports the community, that is Compassion International Ghana. Yes, and so it was a compassion assisted project. And he told me that they came in with a new office, that they needed a collation officer. So the man told me, you can apply. I said, oh, but the requirement says that at least you should have a first degree. But not even diploma. At that time, I didn't even have a diploma.
You were still a student. So.
Yes. So I told the man, no. I applied. I went there, and I was told, we are 21. The applicants.
And then they were looking for how many people?
Oh, just one person.
I see.
We were 21, and they were looking for just one person. So I called the project director, and I told him that, JD, where's the Masana Befi? I'm coming back home because we are 21. And when I got there, I started interacting with the people there, and I realized that most of them were master's holders and degree holders, and the list is diploma. But I went there with my SHS certificate. So I said, no.
Eventually,
yes.
Who was taken?
And so eventually, after the interview, I was home, and then I had a call on Monday that, congrats, you have been given the position as a collation officer for the Cape Coast cluster.
Okay, listen to me. There was this advert that had been placed. They were looking for someone with a degree, or maybe even if a university diploma. He was still a student at the University of Cape, probably first year thereabouts. People came with masters. He went for the interview, but eventually he was the one who got the job.
Yes. What made them select me was when they looked through my CV, then they realized that I was even doing more as a volunteer, doing more than the permanent workers. So through my CV, that they realized that no, I am the one
they
needed, and not my qualification. Because when I was assisting Mr. John Donko at project,
that's the project director.
That's the project director. Most at times, even my own colleagues who were also volunteer teachers will just insult me.
That
Hey, are you, don't you have, are you not wise? You don't take salary. You are not a permanent.
Because it was a transport that they were giving you.
Yes, you are not a permanent staff. Worker, a staff. But you wake up at 5 a.m., you come and sit here, be working here, killing yourself for these people, and in the end, they will go and take their salary. But not knowing all the things that I was doing were being accumulated for something better ahead. So when they saw my CV, they were so amazed that, how come a volunteer teacher be doing all these things? Then let's give the job to. So it was the sacrifices that took me there. Volunteerism, hard work, that took me there, and not my educational qualification.
All right. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. These days, some people do not, especially the younger ones, do not attach importance to volunteerism.
Service.
It is good to volunteer. At the appropriate time, you shall receive the reward. Right now, I want us to look at your tertiary education. I understand you have 2 first degrees.
Yes.
And a master's.
Yes.
Why 2 first degrees? Okay, mention the 2 first degrees.
Okay,
and
so
why do you do for 2 first degrees?
The first degree was in psychology and foundations of education. Unfortunately, right after school, I had the opportunity to become a social worker in Takrady, the same compassion assisted project.
Okay.
So I realized that supervising teachers in curriculum delivery, the compassion curriculum. We have a curriculum that we use to teach the kids. So I'm supervising the teachers, and we also do community education and all that. And I brought up an initiative where we also do child education monitoring and all that. So I realized that no, I need a deeper understanding and knowledge of child development and even education itself, how to deliver.
All right. Yeah. So what's the name of the 2 first degrees you mentioned? Is it one is not?
The first one was the
Bachelor of what?
The Bachelor of Art. Foundations, Psychology and Foundations of Education.
And then the second one?
Then the second one is BEd, Basic Education.
Okay.
Yes, that one we did more of social studies.
Okay.
Social studies. So we were focusing on population, child development, and conflict management, and all those things.
Right. And then your master's too, you did it in which program?
Yes, and then the master's too, I did the MSc Project Management.
Okay. All at the University of Cape Coast.
All at the University of Cape Coast.
Here is a boy who could not pay his school fees. Here was a boy, sometimes he was hiding in the bushes. Here was a boy that he owed so much school fees that any time they came to assembly, as soon as they mentioned his name, Bernard, then people, in a very, choral and in unison voice, they will mention his name and even mention how much he owed. Here is the same boy whom all the mates entered tertiary while he was at home. So at the time they were coming to do the national service, that was the time he had struggled through life, and he was also doing entry. Are you late? Do you think God has abandoned you? Do you think, all your hope is gone? Did people look down on you? There is a God. Let me find out. In the process, did anybody look down on you? Not necessarily names. Did you have the feeling that some people looked down on you whilst you were not able to pay your school fees?
Exactly.
Later in life.
Exactly.
Can you give us just 1 or 2, without mentioning names, 1 or 2 instances in your life that suggests that people look down on you during your hard times?
I lost some of my friends who think this guy doesn't really fit into our class. And recently, when I went to school, I met one of my friends, and she came to me and said, "Wow, I'm so proud of you, because when we were in school, I never knew you would rise up to this level where you now have 2 degrees and then pursuing your master's. And she came to confess that indeed she's so surprised seeing me up to this level, because when we were in school there was nothing was showing that indeed this guy could get to this level. And now here we are. We are not there yet, but
Gradually.
we are proud of ourselves.
Gradually. All right. So, what message will you give it to other young people there?
All right. So,
I mean, including their parents and everybody, because some people think that things are difficult and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Some are frustrated because they can. In fact, some have even dropped out of school. Generally.
So I met with a team last week, and I was telling them, you can't blame your parent, because God has placed certain potentials in you. So I don't accept the fact that someone will come and say that my parents didn't really take care of me, and if they had taken care of me, I would have reached a higher level or something. No, I am here to tell the young ones that never blame your parent, and nothing is impossible. Because looking at where I got at a point, it was like there's nothing, there's no hope. But when you keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, and one thing that has really, really contributed to where I am now is service, volunteerism. Sometimes you don't need to be called. Just be smart enough. Know that, what can I do in this area? How would I be of help or benefit to this situation? And just step in. And add prayers also. And God will see you through. And so service, hard work, dedication, volunteerism, perseverance will get you there.
All right, about the parents too. Considering all that you went through, and you were taking care of children. I mean, the work you are doing, how many children are under your care?
So now, in my project, I have about 239 children.
203 children. They get sick.
Yes.
Okay, and before we round off, tell us, what are some of the things that you do?
Okay, so, you see...
At your workplace?
Yes, at our workplace, I'm the social health worker. So I'm in charge of monitoring the health of the children, their education, their domestic well-being, and a lot. And then also we extend our services to the community by ensuring that the children in the community are protected.
Child protection is an integral part of your work.
Child protection is an integral part of my work.
All right. Okay, you are a Christian, right?
Yes.
Do you think an issue of child protection is something that pastors and church leaders must be interested in? Why? Do you think church leaders must be interested in the issue of child protection?
Yes. I think the church has now neglected child protection. So there was a day I was telling one church that even in Sunday school, there should be a curriculum that we will use to teach the kids in Sunday schools, because child protection, we have leadership crisis now because we rejected child protection some years back. But if we had paid much attention to child protection, we would have had good and better leaders.
Okay.
So child protection is the future of the church, is the future of the nation, and it is the future of the society. Any society that neglects child protection, that society doesn't have a future.
All right. Thank you very much, Bernard. We are concluding with child protection. Thus far, by grace. I believe you have learned a lot. I believe you have heard a lot. Bernard is a very popular person in social media, and I believe sometimes when you look at him, you may think that he has never seen poverty before. You may think that everything had been rosy. Everybody has a beginning. Today we decided to share with you his life story because you may be touched, because you may also learn, because it may also motivate you. And that is what Prime Testimony is there for, to bring certain positive stories that will touch your heart, stories that will motivate you, stories that will bring you hope, knowing that although you may be going through challenges, one day, it shall be well. My name is Ato Brent Ishan. Please subscribe to Prime Testimony channel. God bless you.